This is the chilling story of Nanny Doss, America's smiling serial killer, otherwise known as the Giggling Granny. Nanny Doss, born Nancy Hazel on November 4, 1905 in Blue Mountain, Alabama, seemed like a harmless, smiling grandmother, but behind that cheery facade was one of America's most notorious female serial killers. Between 1927 and 1954, Doss was responsible for the deaths of 11 people, including 4 of her 5 husbands, her own children and grandchildren, and other close relatives. She earned several morbid nicknames in the press: the Giggling Granny, the Lonely Hearts Killer, the Black Widow, and Lady Bluebeard. Her string of murders came to an end in October 1954, when she was finally arrested in Tulsa, Oklahoma, after the suspicious death of her 5th husband. She confessed soon after. Nanny was the daughter of Louisa Lou Holder and James F. Hazel, a stern and controlling man who worked as a railroad worker before taking over the family farm. Around 1920, she had 1 brother and 3 sisters. Life under her father's roof was harsh. He forbade his daughters from wearing makeup, going to dances, or socializing, and forced them to work the farm instead of attending school. This strict upbringing left Nanny with limited education and a deep resentment. At age 7, during a train ride to visit relatives, Nanny hit her head on a metal bar when the train made a sudden stop. She later claimed this head injury caused years of blackouts, headaches, depression, and possibly her later mental instability. Her escape came through the pages of her mother's romance magazines. She became obsessed with the Lonely Hearts columns and dreamt of finding love through them, something that would eventually fuel her deadly relationships. Let's now discuss her. Marriages and strings of suspicious deaths. Husband number 1, Charlie Braggs. At 16, Nanny married Charlie Braggs, a co-worker at a linen factory, with her father's blessing. They had 4 daughters between 1923 and 1927. The marriage was a disaster. Charlie's overbearing mother lived with them and dominated Nanny's life. Both spouses suspected each other of cheating, and Nanny turned to heavy drinking and smoking. In 1927, their 2 middle daughters died mysteriously from what was believed to be food poisoning. Charlie fled with their oldest daughter Melvina, leaving Nanny with newborn Florine. He later returned with Melvina and a new woman, prompting a divorce. Charlie later claimed he left because he was terrified of her. Husband number 2, Robert Franklin Harrelson. Nanny married Robert Harrelson in 1929 and moved to Jacksonville, Alabama, with her 2 daughters. Harrelson turned out to be a violent alcoholic with a criminal past. Yet the marriage lasted 16 years. During this time, Nanny's daughter Melvina gave birth to a son, Robert Lee Haynes. In 1943, a second baby followed in 1945, but died shortly after birth. Under the effects of ether, Melvina thought she saw her mother stick a hatpin into the newborn's head, but no cause of death was confirmed later that year. While Melvina was away, her son Robert died mysteriously in Nanny's care. His death was ruled as asphyxia of unknown cause. 2 months later, Nanny Doss collected $500 from a life insurance policy she had taken out on him. In 1945. After Harrelson allegedly raped her, Nanny laced his corn whiskey with rat poison. He died that same night. Husband number 3, Arlie Lanning. Husband number 3, Arlie Lanning came from another Lonely Hearts column. They married just 3 days after meeting in North Carolina. Lanning was another alcoholic, but this time, Nanny was the one disappearing for long stretches. When he died of supposed heart failure, the community supported the grieving widow. Shortly after, the house they lived in burned down. Although it had been left to Lanning's sister, Nanny collected the insurance money. Then, his mother died unexpectedly. Nanny left town and moved in with her bedridden sister Dovie, who also died soon after. Husband number 4, Richard L. Morton. In 1952, Nanny married Richard Morton, a man she met through a dating service called the Diamond Circle Club. Although he didn't drink, he was unfaithful. Before she poisoned him, Nanny killed her own mother, Louisa, who had moved in with the couple in early 1953. Morton died in May of that year. Husband number 5, Samuel Doss. Nanny's 5th and final husband was Samuel Doss, a Nazarene minister from Tulsa, Oklahoma. He had lost his previous family in a tornado and disapproved of Nanny's love for romance novels. In September 1954, He was hospitalized with flu-like symptoms but recovered and was released on October 5th. A week later, he was dead. What seemed like another tragedy caught the attention of his doctor, who ordered an autopsy. The results were shocking. Samuel had a massive amount of arsenic in his system. Nanny was arrested shortly afterward. Faced with mounting evidence, Nanny confessed to killing Samuel and 3 other husbands, along with her mother, her sister Dovie, a grandson, and her mother-in-law. In total, she admitted to 11 murders, though she was only tried for Samuel Doss's death, the state of Oklahoma. Under prosecutor J. Howard Edmondson, who later became governor, charged her with Samuel's murder. Nanny pled guilty on May 17, 1955, and was sentenced to life in prison. Due to her gender, prosecutors chose not to seek the death penalty. She was never formally charged in the other deaths. Nanny Doss died of leukemia in the hospital wing of the Oklahoma State Penitentiary on June 2, 1965. She was buried at Oak Hill Memorial Park in McAlester, Oklahoma. Thanks for watching.